right, welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Two Bar Connections with your host Jesse and
James. What's happening, everybody?
what is happening indeed. So, for today's episode, we have a lot of stuff to go over, a lot of big news.
Oh yeah.
One in which pertaining to a particular Twitch/YouTube celebrity who has been in some hot water, to say the least. We also have Bethesda once again bringing in paid mods once again because that went so well last time. We have some more sad studio closures to go over. We also have Valve being sued in the UK apparently, as well as this very interesting story surrounding a banana game that has been making the rounds on Steam, and apparently it's one of the most popular games on Steam, beating out Baldur's Gate and Hogwarts Legacy at one point. Then we also have some interesting insights from Katsuhiro Harada, who is the main producer and one of the lead developers for Tekken, has been with the Tekken brand for a long time. He gives some insight on why Soul Calibur, which is the brother series to Tekken, has not really come back. And to cap it all off, we have a very exciting and very, very good Nintendo Direct. Very good and exciting Nintendo Direct for several reasons. Before we get into all that, how have you been?
Well, dude, I've been tired.
Yeah, I know. I was like, bro, you have your coffee?
And I was like, I did make my coffee, damn it. I did make my coffee for your information. But, yeah, dude, it's been really tired. But then again, I kind of did it to myself because last night, it was my last night at work for my 3-day stretch because I have not been picking up overtime because I have just not had the drive to pick up. Just, lots of work politics going on at work. So everyone's kind of rebelling, at least on night shift anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But last night I drank a 300 milligram Celsius. Then I drank a huge dragon fruit lemonade, the Starbucks drink.
Uh-huh.
That was gifted to me, and then another venti cold brew. So
yeah, okay, that's what you meant by medicine. You're like, I had some medicine.
Yeah. Oh no. He also got his medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I did that. For those of you who don't know, I was taking care of a unruly patient, but they gave me some sedation for him to help.
Oh, for him, okay.
To help keep him calm, and it worked, but it was still bad because there would be times where he would wake up in the middle of the night. And so when he wakes up, he starts pulling at stuff. He starts punching stuff. Especially if you're a female, he gets really aggressive with females. So that's why I made sure to keep all the ladies on shift away from this patient.
All right.
But I've been dealing with him for 3 days, and I was just tired. But
tired protecting those maidens, bro.
Yes, man, protecting those maidens, because I gotta live up to my hero Kazuma.
From the maiden list.
Yeah, for the maiden list. Oh, dude, Kazuma is hugely maidenless. Oh, and also,
yeah. Speaking of Kazuma,
I fucking binged all of Konosuba. After I got off of Discord, I finished the first episode and I could not stop watching that series, dude. It was so good. And I am a Darkness stan. I don't care what it is. Dude, it was, man. When you told me it was the Always Sunny anime, you weren't kidding. Because, dude, everyone in the show is a fucking degenerate.
Exactly.
They're all awful. They're all awful people. But it was so good. I know you haven't seen season 3, but it's a good season. It's good.
Okay.
It's just the last. I know you say to watch it dubbed, but unfortunately, the last episode of the season for season 3, at least on Crunchyroll, it's sub only.
That wasn't simulcast.
Yeah, I don't know why. It gave me a mental flashbang. I was like, oh shit! It went from the English voice actors to fucking, the Japanese high pitched yelling with subs, and I mean it was still good, but I was like, oh man, I like my English voice actors. But dude, it was so good. It was really, really good. And yeah, like I said, Darkness Stand. Like the first time when they first meet, he's like, yeah, no, you can't join my party, and she does like that weird moaning shit. I was like, what? What? What the fuck is that?
She's the
Oh
epitome of
my
harder
god.
daddy.
Oh,
She's
jeez.
harder daddy to like the 11th degree. Like even like people
Yes,
who are harder daddy people would be scared by her.
indeed.
She's
Well,
oh
she can
she's
take
great.
it. Apparently, she can take it.
Well, she can take it and she wants it. So no,
But
Darkness
yeah,
is,
dude.
is one of my favorites. Also,
Yes.
absolutely, I love Darkness. He's so fun.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, they're like, oh yeah, all the male orcs died, so now all the female orcs were around raping men. She's like, wait, all the female orcs
Yeah.
died, and she passes out because
Yeah.
she was hoping to get molested by them.
Yes.
It was one of her fantasies to get
Yes.
molested by male orcs.
So yeah, mess with my male orcs, and also the scene where the with the ostriches, they look like ostriches.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And like, she would not leave, so Cosmo ties her to the back of the car and drags her. she she was having the time of her life. Oh
Yeah, absolutely great show. If you have not seen it, totally recommend it. It's awesome. It's like it's always sunny in Philadelphia, but like in a fucked up medieval RPG world.
yes,
Everyone's an asshole, or stupid, or both.
yes, but it is good. And I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen a bit too, and that one's actually pretty good.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I only seen like the first 6 episodes. But
Okay. How many are there?
I don't know how many. I'll have to check the season list, but I'm still trying to watch Demon Slayer. But Sydney wants to wait until everything is done so that she can binge it.
Okay, yeah, the old wait till it's done and then binge it strat. Yeah.
Yeah, because she can't stand waiting, so she's just like, nope, not even gonna bother until until the season finishes.
I mean, you know what? I kind of used to be like that, but now I kind of appreciate the weekly release because like when you
Yeah.
binge it, it kind of like starts to blur together a little bit. So like it's a bit harder to appreciate every single episode. It's all kind of like just one big blur of story and information. You'll always get like the big bits, but like you still miss out on a lot of stuff when you just binge watch
Yeah.
through it.
Not for sure. Yeah, and as far as games, well, honestly, I've only been playing Fortnite, and I've been hating the gritty.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
on it.
Yeah, you've been on that Fortnite binge, man.
Well, it's fun. And I guess I'm good enough to where I can consistently score in the top, you know, in the top like 10 people. So
And there's another update, right? 'Cause I saw there's like a Fortnite reload or something like that.
yeah, so it's kind of like a remix of the old Fortnite map, except it's a lot smaller, and there's revives. So if you die, as long as there's one person left in your squad alive, you'll automatically respawn like after 30 seconds. But at the end of the match, like when the storm circle starts to get smaller, the revives shut off. So
Okay.
the goal is to loot and get ready for the end game, and then that's when the chaos ensues. It's
Okay,
pretty
okay.
fun.
And have you done that? Have you played it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
How nutty does it get?
How what?
How nutty does it get?
Dude, it gets fucking crazy. Literally, you kill the same guy over and over and over again, and you get fucking. Dude, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I got really fucking sick of it. I got really sick of that shit, man. It got old so quick. And what sucks is too, you can. I mean, they fixed it now, but when I was playing, you only were able to do it as a squad, like 4 people. So,
Okay.
so imagine a squad of 4 players. I think maybe one time we actually eliminated a whole ass squad right from the get go, but that was so rare, so rare.
Yeah, that really sucked for that because it's pretty generous. Like considering it's a big huge map, 30 seconds is a
Yeah.
pretty long time. I
Yeah.
mean, well, it's not
Well,
pretty
actually,
short
it's still-
time. It's short time considering like even though they made the map smaller, the map still I imagine still pretty big. And how many people is it?
So I'm trying to think because it's not 100. It's I think it might be like 40 or 50 people in total.
40 or 50? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but don't quote me on that because I honestly don't know.
And it's like
But,
is it squads of 4 or 3?
Yeah, squads of 4, but now they fixed it, so now you can do squads of 3 or duos. I don't know. I don't think you can do it solo though.
Okay, you can do so. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. If so, well, I mean, it would defeat the purpose though, because then there'd be no respawn mechanic. You just die and you die.
Yeah.
Unless you make it
Yeah,
so that
so-
like you wait like 20 seconds or 15 seconds and you just lose all your shit. And, like, that's the penalty. You just
Yeah.
lose your shit. Okay.
But,
Well.
And then what about the car stuff? Is that thing still there?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, well, that's the mainstay of the season, and dude, and again, it's insanity. It's
Yeah, I saw some gameplay. Like it looked like some twisted metal shit. Like what the fuck is this?
yes, dude, and it is exactly that, dude. And
People are
and
playing
soon
twisted
they're
metal.
gonna- yeah, all this twisted metal shit. Now, I think in a couple days, they're gonna unveil Magneto
Uh-huh.
as an unlockable skin, and you're actually gonna have like a power of his to spawn a shield in front of you, which I think is just another like revamp of the riot shield from like,
Uh-huh.
when I first started playing Fortnite,
Mm.
and it's fun. I like the main mode, and they've got many modes, dude. They got like Among Us mode and shit.
Oh, Mungus mode? Okay, I didn't know about that.
Yes.
Actually, no, I think I
Yes,
did hear
yeah.
about it very lightly though, but not much beyond that.
Yeah.
Like I heard like the premise, like oh, like we have our own we have our own Among Us mode. Like okay, of course you do. You're Fortnite. You have like fucking everything at this point.
But yeah, so that's really all I've been playing, and I've just been buying games to save, to collect, and sit on and do nothing with.
Yeah, man. There's a sale. So what'd you get? What's been collecting digital dust?
Well, well, for starters, I bought all the Kingdom Hearts games when they first came out
Yeah, I saw.
on Steam, just cause I told you I'd do it, just to have it. But I will get to eventually,
Eventually,
maybe.
you look forward to getting lost, and then
Probably not. 'Cause-
you can play the first two, right? The first two are still good, and then you just
No, dude, the first two, and also Chain of Memories. Honestly, I like Chain of Memories. It was an
Okay.
interesting concept, and it'll be nice to play it like in 3D and not on the Game Boy.
Oh, okay. So it's a 3D version. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they remade it. I think they called it Chain of Memories Recoded, which was essentially they just made Chain of Memories with the Kingdom Hearts 1 engine. Right? And yeah, and it's funny too because they have the voice actor for Sora when he was already aged up, so so he has his Kingdom Hearts 2 voice,
Oh yeah,
and his
hey,
Kingdom Hearts 1 body.
maybe Haley Joel Osment's an old man. He's like 40 now, I think.
That's my Sora though.
Yeah, no, that's just, he'll always be Sora, and it's amazing that he can still
Yeah.
put on that voice,
Yeah, man.
even though he's like
Oh,
40 something now at this point, I think.
Yeah, dude. But yeah. Oh, the game so the summer sale's upon us. I had to make an offering to Gaben, and I did. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2 for like $20.
Uh-huh. Ah,
And,
okay.
yeah.
How
And I
much
do
was
wanna
it?
Play that.
How much?
Right now it's like 19 something, $19.70 something.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, and I loved the first one, and people are rant and rave about about this one. So, and I played a little bit of it because I bought it because I bought it on the PS4. Yeah, PS4 with at my dad's house.
Okay, but now you get a glorious PC.
Yes,
Of all the-
glorious PC. Oh, hopefully you can handle it, because who knows?
Oh man, I was just wondering that right now. Like, what are the requirements for it? Because that would probably be pretty crazy. I think I don't know. I'm sorry. This is Red Dead 2. I thought I saw the original one. Yeah, 1979. And let's see if it's for recommended. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, i7, 4770K. Oh, it's actually not that high. Graphics card 1060. Oh yeah, it's actually not that bad. Actually, that's actually not as demanding as I thought it'd be. Okay, well that's good.
Considering how fucking good that game looks, like, yeah.
That's surprising, and how big it is too. A game teaches you that this good looking and this big, you would think it would be a lot more demanding, but no, it doesn't seem all that demanding. So you haven't actually booted it up?
No, I've not.
Okay. Just gonna collect
It's
digital
sitting
dust
on my. It's sitting on my.
Well, hey, you know what, man?
SSD.
Trails is coming up, right? In 5 days.
I know. Please stop. I don't want to hear it. I'm finishing. I'm finishing Reverie first. I have to.
If you could put that Fortnite down.
I should just stop working. And just game.
There you go. It's perfect solution. There you go. Stop working. Exactly. That's a wonderful idea. You should just do that. Just stop working, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
I do have to finish Reverie. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. But how about you, sir? How about you?
Well, just work. Work is work, right? It's usually work is work. So nothing exciting. I don't have any unruly patients to deal with. Thank goodness. But as for gaming itself, well, the Elden Ring DLC is now finally released, but I have not gotten to it because, like how you are, Reverie, I was negligent in finishing Elden Ring. Cause I was actually further away than what I thought I was. Because apparently you have to reach a secret boss area that's like towards the end of the game, and when I beat the game, I did New Game Plus. And I forgot about the DLC. I didn't think about it. I just did New Game Plus years ago when I finished the game, and I apparently didn't go very far past the initial area. And then with my other character, they were only about halfway through the game. So right now I'm playing with my new character because I don't want to do a New Game Plus with my previous character because the scaling's gonna be absolutely fucked. I already know it. I'm gonna get absolutely demolished because the DLC is traditionally. In most Souls games, harder than the base game. So, if you go in with New Game Plus scaling, they're gonna be like two-shotting you and shit. And apparently that's been kind of pissing people off because it actually has mixed reviews on Steam because people are saying that it's too hard. That enemies are too aggressive. Their attack chains are too long, so they don't have the chance to hit back, or they're getting two-shotted even though they have a crap load of points in vigor, which is for your health. They have the best armor. And since then they've patched it to make it so that these pickups in the DLC, they buff them to make them a bit stronger. Because the idea is you're supposed to pick up these things called Shadow Tree fragments, and those give you buffs to your stats. And you're supposed to collect them as you go along, and it's supposed to help you with the crazy scaling. But apparently it wasn't enough, so they buffed the early game ones that you get, the very first few that you get, and then later on it'll start scaling off. But a lot of it, apparently, the beginning difficulty is very front loaded, and after that it gets easier and easier with some exceptions here or there. But I hear it's amazing DLC, and I can't wait to get to it. But for now, I'm still at the halfway point. I'm just messing around in Lane Dell, which is the big city capital area, and then once you beat the boss there, that's when you start the last half of the game, which is not very long, but I've still got a little ways away. And then on top of that, I've been playing some Overwatch, right? Because it's the drug I can't fucking quit. But I had a pretty good time, man, because I play on open queue. Fuck roll queue. I'm not doing roll queue anymore. I'm off that shit. It's not good. It sucks. It's terrible. But open queue is really fun because I can actually play a tank and I can have another tank with me, And that way, like, you know, I don't eat every single fucking cooldown, and I don't have to deal with the fucking counter switching nearly as hard, right? I don't have to deal with the Orisa fucking, you know, spitting in my face and throwing the spear and shit and just putting Fortify and not dying at all while I'm trying to play Junker Queen, this hard as hell character. Just sweating my balls off. While this asshole on the other side is just pressing E and banking his head against the keyboard, pressing Shift, getting tons and tons of value for free.
Oh my god.
But I did that, and I got to Diamond 4 now. I played like all day. I played pretty much all day Thursday and Friday. And I'm like, I think I'm like a 60 something, 70 something% win rate. So I rose up now. Finally, I climbed through the ranks, but I think I'm starting to hit that wall because it's starting to slow down. I went from getting like 30 SR, like 30% per match to like I get like 12. It's like, okay, no, clearly I'm hitting the point where the game feels like I'm where it's supposed to be. In which case, I'm gonna have to hit the grind.
Yep.
But overall, I've actually been having fun with Overwatch for the first time in a while.
Good, man. I'm happy for you, dude. Because man, that game really sucked our soul out pretty bad.
And then on top of that, one thing I want to give a shout out to is a demo that I played. This is from the Steam Next Fest. And so, wait, let me change the. Yeah, it's from the Steam Next Fest, right? Some of the demos are still up. Luckily, like not everyone pulls their demos off immediately. But the game is called Bloodless, and yeah, I know you saw me play this.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's a really cool game. It's an action game, but the idea is that you're not supposed to kill them. You're disarming them. And how you do that is like you can either punch them or you can like parry them, and then when you parry them, like their weapon goes away. And the demo, you know, it covers the beginning parts of it. So it's it's not too difficult, but I can imagine it gets much more difficult later on. And it's got really cool mechanics, right? So you have like the punching, you have the disarming, and then they give you like some powers and stuff where you can like throw items at them. And like all the enemies have like different attacks that they can use, and they do a good job like mixing things up like really early on, because before it's like just parry, you just parry, and then eventually like you'll parry them, and then like they'll like attack back, like, and you have to immediately like parry again. So it's not just like parry, they're done. It's like parry, oh, you're gonna hit me again, parry again.
Yeah.
It's like even when you disarm them, like they'll pull out a knife and like throw it at you. That's one of them. And I was confused at first, like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I taking damage? And I looked at the animation, like, oh, he's pulling out a knife and throwing it at me, so I had to parry again. Yeah, really cool game. Actually, one of the better demos that I played, like probably like up there with the top few demos that I tried out. So definitely a really cool game that I hope to pick up. It's gonna come out in August, late August, as you saw on the trailer there. Well, the silent trailer that I was playing on our feed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh, that is our story. Hold on. Whoa.
My face.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized I didn't put the itinerary up for us, but I guess you could see it there. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I can see it there. And plus, honestly, there's a lot of shit to cover.
Yeah,
so,
and there was more, but I had to cut out a few things because sometimes the bigger stories come out. You got to cut out the smaller stuff.
For sure. Yeah, even I found a story that I thought would be pretty interesting, but we're gonna have to save it for next time. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, right. Like there was an announcement of like Shovel Knight 2 coming out. I'm like, oh shit, that'd be super cool to cover. I fucking love Shovel Knight. It was like the best game of 2014, like one of the best games I've ever played. So like, oh, Shovel Knight seems really cool to cover, but now, okay, alas. All right, well then, with all that out of the way, you ready to cover some news?
Absolutely. Let's cover the fucked nature of our business.
Yes, the very fucky-wuckiness of this industry. So, for our first story, we have Starfield and Bethesda. So, Bethesda, way back when, during the Fallout 4 days, came up with something called the Creation Club. And it was paid mods, essentially. The mods that people made and were able to charge for on Bethesda's network. And, of course, Bethesda would take a cut of it. right? And well, needless to say, everyone disliked that, to quote Fallout 4. But you know what? That hasn't stopped Bethesda from trying to do it again with their most recent mid RPG release, Starfield. And we have an article here from Screen Rant covering it, where so apparently the Shattered Space DLC was announced during the Summer Games Fest, and alongside that they announced that there was going to be the Starfield equivalent of a creation club, and that was going to include some, DLCs and mods that you can download, right? A lot of skins and stuff. But there's one thing in particular that's really pissing people off, and that is there is an actual quest called the Vulture, which is 700 credits, or the equivalent of $7. But hey, you know what, James? You can't just spend that $7. No. You gotta buy. There's no $7 package, man. You gotta buy the $10 package, right? Because everyone loves being overcharged for stuff and having leftover currency for something they didn't really want to spend, right? Remember the Microsoft points days?
Yep.
Yeah, you spend.
Of course.
The game was like
Who can forget?
700, but like they only offered like 15 or like 10, so you had like 300 Microsoft points left over, and you're like it's just sitting there in your account.
Yep. Fucking stupid.
Well, luckily Microsoft was smart enough to realize, hey, this is kind of sucks. But Bethesda hasn't really gotten the memo. So yeah, like needless to say, like everyone's really pissed. And of course, along with that, like Bethesda, on their website, they have a bunch of other updates, like improved surface maps, like new gameplay options and stuff, like good quality of life stuff that probably the game needs, right? You can find it here. So
probably should have been there.
Probably should have been there, but okay, whatever. Better late than never, I suppose. And you have like new frame rate options, and then you finally get to pick between visual and performance, all for the Xbox Series X version of the game. You can now toggle VSync, bro. Isn't that great? I don't have to do my INI files. Ain't that? Thanks, Bethesda.
Be careful. Just leave them alone. They're a fucking indie company. Those poor people. They're working so hard.
So yeah.
Indie company Bethesda. But yeah, dude. Honestly, when I saw the story about paid mods, I literally had to fucking check my calendar and be like, "Oh shit, did we go back in time?" Like,
is it 2015 again? What is this?
I had the strongest sense of deja vu, and I remember because they tried to do it for Skyrim too on Steam, because Gabe did it and was like, "Oh yeah, it'd be a good idea for people to get paid for their mods," and they were like, "No," and Steam was like, "Oh, okay, sorry, we will not be doing that again," and they learned their lesson. But not Mr. Todd Howard. No.
Well, speaking of Mr. Todd Howard, he actually had a response to this in an interview with the YouTube channel Mr. Matty Plays, who is specifically an Xbox games channel, I believe.
Yes.
And his response is that, look, we hear the feedback too. First of all, say that stuff gets priced based on things that we've done before, both in Creation Club and then Fallout 76. And we're just trying to be looking at what else is out there. Really make sure we're giving value to everybody, and where we're not, hey, we definitely will adjust. The one thing I want to say on the Trackers Alliance, that's what the Starfield equivalent of Creation Club is. That was really an attempt to something we did in Creation Club, where we'd say, hey, you get this special outfit and you get this special weapon. We wanted to put them together, and then thought, let's go the extra mile and wrap that around a quest. But now we definitely see the feedback, right? And that's not what we want at all in terms of, oh no, this looks like a fraction of what we're chopping up and then selling for 700 credits at a time. And so I don't think we're going to take, I do think we're going to take a look at that and how we deliver content like that, and whether we're changing pricing or breaking it up, or what we should do there. So great feedback from the community.
Great roundabout answer. It's still 700 credits for the fucking quest.
And also Howard insists that the Bethesda's policy on paid mods is healthy for the community. As he says, as it comes to particularly the creators out there, look, our view is a lot of them have gone from hobbyists to professionals, and it's part of our job to make sure they can do that. And they do get paid, and they see the monetary rewards if they make awesome content.
I have issue with that statement.
Yeah. Oh, what's your issue?
Well, the last part,
Uh huh.
specifically the health of the modding community. And as PC gamers, you know full well that the modding community in almost every game, or at least in the popular games like Skyrim and The Witcher and everything, like the modding community is just fine. It's very, very healthy. People literally do this on their own time, of their own free will, and people freaking love it. So no, no, I don't want to hear that crap. That's number one. Number two, you want to make sure mods get paid, but you're going to be taking a huge chunk out of their fucking um, paycheck for all the shit they get paid for. And no, if you want to make sure they get paid, then just let them keep all of it. I mean, yeah, sure, you want to keep a cut, but something tells me that the cut you're going to keep is way bigger than what's reasonable.
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that many modders have Patreon accounts that they keep up, and they get to keep 90% of whatever it is people decide to donate to them.
Yeah, so
Meanwhile, with the, I don't know what the cut is for Creation Club or for Trekkers Alliance, I guess is what it's called. A lot of times the standard for like digital distribution is like 30%. Like that's how much that's how much like Sony takes, that's how much Valve takes, that's how much Apple takes, that's how much Epic takes, like 30%. Oh no, not Epic. Epic takes, they do some other weird shit. But most places will take 30%, which is a big chunk, right? It's not the majority,
yeah,
but that's a big chunk.
yeah, that's a big chunk, and then he's like kind of thinking, oh, like people's livelihoods are going to be doing this. Like if it was a part-time gig, sure, fine. Like 30%, and you make a mod like every once in a while, but some people, like, this is their livelihoods. Like it reminds me actually, so for Dota 2, Valve made a program where artists would be able to make mods for characters for Dota 2, and they would get paid for it. And then Valve would take a chunk. But then they changed, I didn't know this, but they changed the rules and started not paying people because they changed the terms and conditions, saying the fact that your artwork or your mod is featured is compensation enough. And that was a last minute change that really fucked.
You get paid exposure.
Dude, I shit you not. The Act Man covered it. He actually has a really good video. And listen, as much as where Valve stands, Valve has a lot of problems. And the Act Man did a video on Valve talking about this, and I thought it was, dude, it was messed up.
How long ago was this?
It's an old video. It's like a couple years ago. I think he released it when COVID first came out. I think it's called the Rise and Fall of Valve by the Act Man. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's a good video, because it just shows you that as much as we love Valve and Steam, they do some really, really, really bad anti-consumer practices, and this is one of them. Well, not really anti-consumer, but they essentially screw their community that's trying to make a living. Because, dude, people were making a living off of these Dota mods, and then out of nowhere, all that, like, just gone. So yeah, so Valve can at any point mess with you and take more of your money. So to say that it's about the health of the community, it's like, no. Have you seen the Skyrim modding community that's been around like forever? They're doing just fine with no need for paid mods. And like you said, these people have Patreons for people that want to donate money to them. So it's BS. It's bullshit. I don't buy it.
Yeah, and plus, I don't think the modding community is too enthused about Starfield to begin with, so...
Yeah, exactly too. So, man.
Yeah, everyone just went back to working on Skyrim. Like, we still, like, you have the Skyrim co-op, and we also, like, they've been working on, there's Skyblivion, right? Which is, is an Oblivion remake. And there's also a Morrowind one. They're doing like a Morrowind remake with the Skyrim engine as well.
That's pretty That's pretty dope. We're gonna
So-
get those 2 full-fledged mods before Elder Scrolls 6.
Probably. Probably. Yeah, I saw there was another article. Todd Howard was like, yeah, it's been a pretty long time since since we announced Elder Scrolls 6. Damn. Even he's like, looks back, he's like, damn, we were sure it took a long time this game, huh?
Oh my god, dude.
And God only knows, when it's going to come out or even how good it's going to be because, modern Bethesda, hasn't exactly been on a hot streak lately.
No, they have not. And really, well, that's funny because a lot of studios are having their make or break it moments, and this is Bethesda's next one. I mean, it was Starfield, but it was really for Xbox more than it was for Bethesda. Because, like, realistically speaking, Starfield was like, it was just good enough, but no. But now Elder Scrolls 6, like, it has to be massive. Like, it has to be. Like, it has to be great. It has to be a masterpiece.
I hope it is, bro, because I love the Elder Scrolls games, but,
Same.
that old
But
that old Bethesda shit, that's kind of lost its shine, At one point in time, right, it was very, it had like a charm to it, right, when new Bethesda game came out, even though they were super buggy and jank, and, the combat was kind of shit, or the physics were kind of fucked, but at that time, no one made big games like that at all,
Yeah.
right? That's kind of why we gave them a pass, because, well, I mean, this is the only thing we got, right, and it's good enough, and you can also mod the hell out of it, and you can make it even better.
yeah, exactly.
And
But,
now, every game nowadays is a fucking huge ass open world, and some of them do it better than others.
Indeed.
But they also do it with, more polish than a Bethesda game, right? And
so
more,
now-
and more forethought, and post, Baldur's Gate 3 world, right? Released and a post Elden Ring world also, right? Especially Elden Ring, because Elden Ring showed that we can make like an awesome open world game, right? And it's not just Bethesda, right? Bethesda doesn't have monopoly on it anymore. Other people can make big ass open world RPG games, and they can be amazing. And they don't have to be an Ubisoft Formula One. It could be one based on exploration and and discovery.
Oh,
Breath of the Wild.
speaking of which, I was just about to say Breath of the Wild and dude, Tears of the Kingdom. Like on the surface, it looks pretty much the same, but nope. They literally added 2 whole new worlds, one on top, and then the depths, bro. Oh my god, oof. I didn't realize how fucking big it was until I started like uncovering the map, and I was like, oh shit,
Yes.
this underground is fucking big. But yeah, man. So, and it's really disappointing because I mean we've talked about it with Starfield, but like, dude, a brand new IP that they have been working on for how long? How long have they been working on Starfield for?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A
It
long
was
time.
Like longer than standard development time, which I think we agreed, right? Was like what, 6 years?
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 years, and Bethesda, even like back then when the standard was like 4 years, they would still take like 5 years to release a game, which is understandable because their games are huge, right? But now everything is huge, so everything's taking forever.
But dude, after all that waiting just to have Fallout in space, like that, really, like nothing new. Like you even said it when you saw my character running, when you saw me playing it, you're like, that just looks like the Skyrim running, except a little bit updated. So yeah. So they really need to do something new. They for Elder Scrolls 6, because they can't give us the same shit, or at the very least make a game that modders are excited to mod. Please, like, if you can't make a good game, then at least give the modders something good to work with, unlike Starfield.
Yeah, because then at least you could buy Elder Scrolls 6 on discount and then just wait for a good mod to come out, and then just do it like that.
Yeah.
Although
that's how
I would prefer Bethesda.
ahead.
No, I should say I would prefer Bethesda. Did a good job from the get go.
I know, but they've gotten complacent, which is one of the sins of the modern gaming studio. But anyway, um, so yeah, blast from the past. Paid mods getting panned by the gaming community. Who would have thought?
Oof. Some gas. All right. So I think that just about covers that.
Yes.
So, well, for our next news, we have some sad news. We have some more studio closures. That's been kind of the theme of 2024: layoffs and closures. Everyone's been getting hit with the big layoffs and closures, and this time,
Crash is upon us.
yeah, this time it's a couple of smaller studios and mid-tier studios, but it's still sad all the same when we see people losing their jobs and studios closing down. Well, this time we have several that have been happening the past few weeks. First off, we have Galvanic Games, who created the developers of Wizard of a Gun, which came out a few months ago. Mm-hmm. And they recently closed down, and President Patrick Morgan wrote, "It's with a heavy heart that I announced the closure of Galvanic Games. Despite the promising start of Wizard with a Gun, sales were not strong enough to sustain our studio. The last year has been particularly tough for games. While we had numerous encouraging conversations at DICE and GDC, the process of signing new projects in a good year takes longer than the runway we had left." Yeah, so with that, unfortunately, now, it's closed. So,
yeah,
very, very sad news. I remember downloading this game, but I downloaded the demo, but I never got around to actually playing it, and then I think it got pulled, so I wasn't able to ever try it out. But it's like a top-down shooter for cute little comic book art style.
Yeah.
So, and this was also published by Digital Devolver, so probably would have been really cool. So because Digital Devolver, they're always down to publish games with more unique style or mechanics. So this game has a really unique style. I mean, it's called Wizard of a Gun. So
yeah,
yeah,
that sounds like something right up their alley. But we know where their budget goes.
Oh yeah. And then after that, we have the closing of Pisces Interactive, who recently released Alone in the Dark back in March of this year, but apparently that did not sell well enough, and so the evil Eye of Sauron, known as Embracer, has decided to close them down as a result.
Yeah.
After, so we have another victim of Embracer after they gobbled up way too much and decided to just puke all over the place after their deal with the Saudis fell through. After they ate just too much candy like a child and just threw it up all over the floor. And
that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Pisces has been around for apparently 15 years, according to their website. And they've been around from 2007 to 2024. And they've worked on games or expansions for Titan Quest Ragnarok, and the Titan Quest Atlantis. And they recently, like I said earlier, they worked on Alone in the Dark reboot, which came out to some middling reviews, and it didn't perform as well as management would have liked.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because the original game Alone in the Dark, I think that was the inspiration for the original Resident Evil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, among other games. There's also another game called I forgot, it was Home something. That was also inspiration for it. But yeah, Alone in the Dark, for those of you who don't know, is the granddaddy of horror. Without it, you probably would not have had Resident Evil. It was the first horror game with that fixed camera angle that we come to know a lot of Resident Evil games before. Yep. And
that's this game's legacy.
Yeah, and so that's this game's legacy. They had 3 games that came out in the 90s. Then it closed out. Then it went to hibernation for a while, and then Atari bought the property. They released 2 piece of shit games, 1 reboot that was fucking awful, and then they released a broken ass multiplayer game that literally no one asked for, and it just did not work. And then it went to hibernation again, and then Embracer, bought up the property and decided to have Pisces work on it. And the game was kind of okay, right? But man, there was just no marketing around this. I didn't even know it was coming out when it did.
So I only know about the game because I saw G-Man do a review on it, and I remember too. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute!" That I remember watching a history of Resident Evil and they were showing like Alone in the Dark and how it was the inspiration for it. So I was like, oh shit! So I guess they're doing like a modern day like remake of it. That's gonna be pretty cool. And have the dude from fucking oh my god,
Stranger Things.
yeah, but I forgot his name. It's
David Harbour.
something.
David Harbour.
That's it, David Harbour. Love that guy. Love that guy. So I saw like his face, and I was like, oh damn, he's gonna be in the game. But then I heard it was mid, so I was like, oh, that sucks. So yeah.
Yeah, real shame. So, rest in peace to Pisces Interactive. Let me close this down a little bit. There. Yeah. And then next we have League of Geeks, which is an Australian development studio who recently released the remake of a game called Solium Infernum, which was a cult classic it's a strategy game where the devil is missing and all the demons of hell are vying for control of hell, and like you're supposed to like help. You're supposed to be play as one of the factions, and it's kind of like Civilization, but like in hell, pretty much.
Oh, damn! Actually, I would have been down to play that.
Yeah, it has like some RPG elements in it and stuff. But apparently it didn't really sell too well, and apparently Australia is also not doing very well. So they are technically not closed. They said that they're in hibernation as of their statement. So with over 13 years under our belt as an entirely independent studio and the economic situation in games being what it is right now, we have made the decision to put LOG, League of Geeks, into hibernation for the foreseeable future and take some extended time off. The vast majority of our team have moved on to exciting new endeavors, and those who remain are going to take a well-deserved break over the next few months. We're not sure when or if we will resurrect this great beast, but we're incredibly proud of all we have achieved, both in the experiences we've crafted together, the great developers who made LOG a world-class development environment, the peers we inspired along the way, and of course the community members who believed in what we made and how we made it and support us fiercely in those convictions. And yeah, apparently the game didn't really sell too well. Also, they had a game called Jump Light Odyssey that was supposed to be in early access, or it is in early access actually, but it's going to be pulled from early access within the next 12 months, unfortunately. Cool. Well, not cool because it's being closed. They're taking it off. Yeah, right. So I guess you can see this is Solium Infernum, right? This is remake. Looks really good, like artistically.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Dude, it gives me Diablo vibes, man. I like it.
Yeah, it's got really good. So real shame this didn't come out. I didn't know it even came out so soon. I mean, it's not my kind of game, but it would have been nice if maybe it'd been marketed a bit better. Because, man, the artwork alone is insane.
This, like I said, I'm a huge Civ fan. Huge Civ fan.
Yeah, well, it's still on Steam, so you can catch it if you like. So yeah.
Nice Shining reference.
So, rest in peace, League of Geeks. Well, rest in peace ? Right? Because we don't know if maybe they'll come back. Who knows? Hopefully they will come back. But who isn't coming back is Tectonic Studios, which is owned by Paradox Interactive. So this is another studio closure. And apparently this studio was working on a game called Life by You, which is supposed to be a competitor to The Sims. And it was actually under the development of Rod Humble, who was the lead designer in The Sims 2 and Sims 3. So people were very excited for this.
Which...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, sorry. I was just going to say those were really good Sims. No, they were really good Sims games. I just wanted to point that out.
Which is the one we played on GameCube?
And all their spin-offs.
What was the one we played on GameCube?
2.
We played 2?
2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a spin-off game, like a console exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was 2.
No. Yeah, no, that was the main game. On the PlayStation 2, I played The Sims 2 Bustin' Out, which was a spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played Sims 3 on the computer, and for me, that was the peak. Because they had so much shit. And then when The Sims 4 came out, that's when EA started to do their fucky-wucky shit by charging... like by nickel and diming everything that was available in the base game. Like the amount of DLC for The Sims 4, look it up.
It's insane. It's like tens of thousands of dollars.
Tens of thousands of dollars for no reason other than to, well, the old adage, "Fuck you, give me your money."
Oh,
But yeah, so
excuse me.
yeah, so it's a shame because I would have liked to have seen this. So I would have liked to have seen this made.
Yeah. So yeah, Life by You was Tectonic's only project being made. They had no backup projects, so they were unfortunately closed by Paradox Interactive. And the CEO of Interactive, Frederick Wester, said, "Sadly, with the cancellation of their sole project, we have to take the tough decision to close down the studio. We're deeply grateful for their hard work in trying to take Paradox into a new genre." And also, he says, "For a long time, we've held hopes for Life by You and the game potential we saw it in, but it is now clear the game will not be able to meet our expectations. A version that we'd be satisfied with is too far away, and therefore we're taking the difficult decision to cancel release." That's what he said during the time of the cancellation of the game, because it was at first canceled a week before the actual closure of the studio, which was June 20th. So just take June 20th and subtract that a week. So June 13th was when they canceled the game.
Yeah.
Which, so yeah, big shame there. Because, oh shit, whoops. Don't copyright me. Don't copyright strike us. Right? Yeah, so obviously, no, Sims game, really big. Oh, damn, look at that texture pop in. You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
I saw those foliage just popping in. Yeah, no, it looks like a very Sims game.
Yep.
And it probably would have been really cool, to not have to pay $20,000 to EA to play a Sims game. You could pay however much they would have had there. There you go. See, you can do all your kissing your Sims and stuff. See, propose to your boyfriend Sim, your husbando Sim.
Husbando.
That's the opposite of waifu, obviously. So yeah, rest in peace, Tectonic Studios. And then finally, we have another victim of Embracer. So apparently, according to a new report, a new Red Faction game was being made under Volition, and it was pitched, but it was never approved. Oh, I'm sorry, Fish Labs. It was a studio called Fish Labs. They put together an elevator pitch and trailer form to sell Embracer-owned publisher Plyon on the idea. The visual prototype was built in Unreal 5, and the plan was to create a game similar to 2005's Red Faction Guerrilla. Oof. Fuck. Okay, but it was never greenlit, and the project was canceled by November 2023. That hurts. That really hurts.
I know you're a huge fan of Red Faction.
Oh man, Guerrilla was great. Guerrilla was the open world one, and the whole gimmick around Red Faction games is the destructibility. The very first game had very in-depth destructibility, and you could use it to navigate the world in different ways. So you can make a tunnel to get around stuff. A lot of times there'd be secrets hidden around in areas you have to dig through or use satchel charges, like Deep Rock, right? They hide stuff in the walls and stuff, or you can use it to access new areas. And this was back in the early 2000s. No one was really doing destruction on this scale, and it was very, very impressive at the time. And then Red Faction 2 came out, and that was more action oriented. It kind of toned down the destructibility. And then Guerrilla came out, and Guerrilla was the open world game, and everything was destructible. Everything was destructible. It was so cool to get your car and crash it through a building, and you'd watch the whole building just crumple down. It was really, really fun. And they also had a mode, I remember, that you could play with your friends, where it was I think it was called Destruction Derby, and you challenge each other to get the most amount of points by destroying as much as you can. You would take turns destroying as many things as you can with whatever item they gave you, and then you'd match up your friends, and that would never be determined. I remember playing with my brother. And it was so funny, man, because it was such bullshit sometimes. You swore you destroyed more than your friend, or my brother in this case. But sometimes the end screen happens, it's still calculating the score, and some things are still breaking in real time. So there are times I'm all right, bro, I got this in the bag, right? And then at the last second, the tower that my brother's hitting falls over, and he gets a bajillion points. Fuck you, game. Really fun. I really should. Oh, Remars. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they did remaster it. They're called Remastered. Okay, wow. Okay. They remastered it. So I got to pick that up one day. Yeah. that one's very saddening because I would have loved a new Red Faction game. Oh yeah, and they released that last one which we don't talk about. I don't even remember what it's called. I know it was like some fucking Dead Space ripoff. They just got rid of all the destruction stuff, and it just wasn't Red Faction anymore. I think it was called Armageddon. Yeah, it was stupid. It sucked. So yeah, rest in peace, Red Faction. I guess we're just never gonna get a new one ever again. Fuck you, Embracer. All right, moving on. So, for our next story, we have a big old lawsuit at Valve. Apparently, Valve's in big doo-doo with someone by the name of Vicky Schultzbalt, who is a children's digital rights campaigner, working alongside Milberg London, the law firm, UK-based law firm. And she is suing Valve for €656, or the US equivalent of $843 million, and alleges that millions of PC players are being overcharged on Steam. And so, according to Schultzbalt, Valve is shutting out all competition in the PC market as it forces game publishers to sign off on price parity obligations, supposedly preventing them from going on to offer lower prices on the platforms. The claim is backed by two other points, and she goes on to say that any further add-on content for purchases made on Valve's platform must then also be bought on Steam, a practice known legally as tying, and also Steam charges an excessive commission of up to 30% when selling games to a digital platform. And she also has a website called Steam You Owe Us, which goes into further detail on it. And apparently this affects 14 million PC players over in the UK. So, any thoughts on this? Because, this is...
I don't think it'll hold, because the whole argument that Steam shuts out competition is bullshit. We've had plenty of competitors come into the fold that have claimed to be the Steam killers that are now dead themselves, i.e. Epic Game Store, i.e. EA Origins, like... No.
Well, important thing to include is that the UK's Competition Appeal Tribunal has not approved the lawsuit, so it has not officially gone to court as of yet, and it could possibly never go to court at all. So it's going to depend on the tribunal's decision on whether or not there is enough evidence for it to go to court.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard, sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
No, from what I've heard, this is not the first time a lawsuit like this has been brought to Valve, but it, like I said, it's been done so many times, but the argument falls through because, well, they don't shut other competition out. They do such a good service that new people just can't. Not that they can't compete, but they don't want to compete. I mean, like, I've already listed examples, like. The biggest meme is Valve and Steam literally do nothing, and they still win. So, and they want people to compete. So I don't know what this person is trying to do, but absolutely Valve is not rigging the market. They're just providing that good of a service. And as a Steam user, they don't overcharge.
Well, I mean, I don't know how pricing works in the UK, but I mean, at least here, right? Like, I don't feel like we pay pretty much the standard gaming prices, right? Yeah, if we don't get it on sale, we're paying, the standard $60, $70 price tag that we, have been having to pay for the past few months and years.
Yeah.
So nothing too crazy here. The only thing maybe is the 30% commission. That's probably the only thing that people can legitimately take umbrage with. But outside of that, like, as far as like screwing over the consumers, I don't know about that. At least not here in the US. Obviously UK law is different, so I can't comment on UK law and market standards. So maybe by UK standards, this holds water, but at least for here, I don't know. I doubt.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Even if it's in the UK, I'm still not convinced. But I don't live there, so maybe they practice differently overseas than they do here in the States. So who knows? But what I do know is this kind of lawsuit has been brought up before, and it doesn't hold water. So really, I think the only lawsuit that has been brought up against Valve and successfully ruled against Valve would be Steam's refund policy. A long time ago, I remember it was a huge fiasco, and
Yeah.
it forced Steam to have a good refund policy,
Yeah.
which is good. You know, that's very. It's funny actually. That's another point that you'll find when watching the Ackman's video.
It was Australia,
and,
I think, that sued them.
Yeah.
I think it was the Australian
Yeah.
government that sued them because
Yeah,
they have pretty strict customer rights laws there. So consumer rights laws. I'm sorry. Oh, you froze.
Oh, Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. I can still hear you. I can still hear you. It's
Okay.
just-
Okay.
yeah,
It's
your
probably
feed-
just the.
your feed's just
Probably
getting a
just my
little.
feed.
Yeah, your feed's just getting a
My
little
bad.
weird. But yeah, they have pretty
Oh,
strong
no.
consumer rights laws. So
Like they also forced what was it, Bethesda to give refunds too, I think. For
Yeah.
Fallout
76 when it first came out because it was so fuck busted.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think this is a huge deal, but again, you never know.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the tribunal says. But it's just interesting that Valve's being
Yeah.
sued again and for such a huge amount, like 100. I mean, I know Valve's a multi-billion-dollar company, but 843 million, that's a lot of money.
I know. I think they're just trying to make a point. But yeah, again, but it's not like they've charged. It's not like they've like upcharged anything. You know. It's been 30% for how long?
Probably since ever.
Yeah, since ever. Like they had literally, like I'm telling you, they do nothing. Like nothing is changed. So then what's the problem? You know?
Yeah, who knows? Well, we'll see. But for our next story, we have a very, very weird one. So apparently, one of the best games on Steam right now, or one of the most popular games, which is currently sitting at number 4, although at the time of this article it was number 1, I believe, is a game called Banana. And it is literally just a banana. And you click on the banana, and a number goes up. And that's the whole game. And it's a free game that apparently was able to amass 800. Oh man, I lost the number here. 884,469 players at one point in time, which is more peak players than Hogwarts Legacy and Baldur's Gate 3.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Now, you're probably wondering why that's happening. It's because apparently in this game, when you click the banana, you have a chance of getting a new banana. Right? So every time you click it, you get a virtual banana that you can sell on Steam's marketplace for 3 cents. And you also get a random banana every 3 hours. And so this has kind of turned into like a money farming sim.
It sounds like fucking mining for crypto, but a banana.
Yeah, and that's kind of gets into the next point here. Where some people have kind of accused the game of being a scam, and apparently one of the developers was caught up in crypto at one point in time, and he was actually let go from the developers, which is an aesthetic Spartan is what it's called, all lowercase for some reason.
Yeah.
And that guy was let go, and so apparently, the studio has to be like, or the developers have been like, no, it's not a scam. Like, we swear, like, it's not a scam, right? And it's just really weird all around because like it's just people trying to get money so that they can use it for their Steam wallet. So the thing is that they do get a percentage of it. Apparently, the Steam gets a cut, 5% cut. And the developers also get a 5% cut for a minimum of 1 cent or a penny. And so you can see that people are selling it all over for like 3 cents, 3 cents, 3 cents, 3 cents, 3 cents, 3 cents, right? So everyone's trying to sell it for 3 cents, and the studio's getting however much money they're getting. Apparently they're selling thousands per hour because Steam actually has an update feature that shows like how many bananas are being sold per hour, and it's by like the thousands apparently.
Oh my god.
So
This is incredible.
yeah, what are your thoughts? I kind of gave you like
Dude,
the TLDR because it's
I'm just confused. Like, I am just confused. Like, these people are clicking a banana so that they can make how much on the Steam market? Like, how much are these bananas selling for?
3 cents.
So then how... So, let's just say, realistically, for a Steam sale game, a $20 game, how many bananas do you need to sell?
If it's like $20, right?
3 cents?
Yeah, you get 3 cents. What, like you get? What, you get like 20 for like every dollar. So then multiply that by another 20. So what, like
So, according to my math...
400 bananas?
606 bananas.
Okay.
666. 6666.
Okay. So yeah, it
Proof
like,
that this is the devil's game.
so like 600 bananas. Damn, that should be the line. Banana game is for the devil.
Yeah,
the
devil.
And then for our thumbnail, we should put Kathy Bates there and our boy.
We really should.
We really need a thumbnail person. Get a banana, put devil horns on it.
He's the devil.
The banana is the devil. Great movie, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
Waterboy.
Yes, please see it. One of Adam Sandler's best.
Oh, that's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. But yeah, like as for the scam claims, I mean, no one's being lied to here, right? Like it's the studio, as far as we can tell, or the developers have been very straightforward on what the game is. It's a banana, and you click on the banana, and then you make money. And you put in your Steam wallet, and then you buy games with your Steam wallet. Because it's not like you can take the money out, right? You can't take it out. Once it's in your Steam wallet, that's it. It's in there. You can't take it to your real bank account. So people can't, you can't like, you're not laundering money. You're just accumulating funds for your Steam wallet so you can buy games with it. I mean, the only thing is that you could possibly go through like third parties and like, apparently I've heard like some people are gambling with it on those CSGO skins that go for like a bajillion dollars on like shady gray market websites. But I mean, that's a problem with CSGO. That's not a problem with the banana game.
Yeah.
So to me, like, this is just people being dumb, right? And, people being willing to buy a fucking banana for some stupid fucking reason. Buy a picture of a banana in different colors. And also, on top of this, apparently there's a bot scheme going on there. I think, what was it? It said, yeah, so the developers said that 94,000 of the game's approximately 141,000 players were bots. So, like, well over half of them were bots, and that was before they peaked at 875,542. So God only knows how many bots there are. Because the game is so technically undemanding that you can have, like, 1,000, copies of it open and just have your bot just be a click bot for it. And just have it click over and over again, just farm bananas and then sell them.
To sell for you, yeah.
So yeah, very weird. This is a very, very weird story, which is why I wanted to bring it up, because it's like, what the fuck? What is this? Why is there losing their mind over banana? Why are they calling it a scam?
And now we know why.
The banana's the devil.
The banana is the devil.
Exactly. Yeah, but we got ourselves a real devil here.
Oh, dude, yes.
Our next story. So, you know who Dr. Disrespect is, right? Oh, you cut out.
Streamers in the... Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, you know who Dr. Disrespect is, right?
Yeah, dude, he's one of the biggest, if not the biggest streamer, like, in the world, no?
Well, yeah, I mean, in this case, you can probably say he was.
Oh well, sorry. Excuse me. Was.
Yeah, and do you know about the 2020 ban? You familiar with that when he was just mysteriously banned? And no one knew
Yeah.
why, right? You ever thought like, well, that
No.
was fucking weird. Like, why would you permanently ban the biggest
Your
streamer in the world, like one of your biggest moneymakers?
I think was his biggest money grab, and it's funny because that was also mine too. That I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, Twitch is just being Twitch because Twitch is known for doing really weird shit with their decisions. But now we have the context for it, and we're like, oh, whoops.
So
My
yeah,
bad.
apparently, Dr. Disrespect was Dr. Disrespecting some minors, as a lot of people have been saying.
Doctor disrespecting the age of consent.
Yeah, laws of consent. That's what he's been doing. Dr. Disrespecting the laws of consent. So yeah, apparently a former Twitch employee by the name of Cody Connors tweeted on Twitter. No, I will not call it X. He tweeted the following: he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. To which Dr. Disrespect then tweeted back a card saying, I have resolved my legal dispute with Twitch. No party admits to any wrongdoings. And so that's what happened initially. And, well, it was kind of weird, right? A lot of people were like, what the fuck? Like, why are you texting a minor in the first place? Even if there was no wrongdoing, right? Why are you messaging minors to begin with?
Yeah.
And so from there, things kind of developed, right? So first, his own studio that he founded, his own gaming studio, Midnight Society, which was making I think an NFT shooter, some bullshit like that.
Yeah, Dead Drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name of it. It was Dead Drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, and yeah, dude. NFT.
Well, they told Dr. Disrespect to fucking drop dead because they severed ties with him as of Friday or last Friday, I believe. They tweeted out, on Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed, along with our community of players. So,
Yeah.
first, they cut ties with him.
So also something I should point out. So a lot of this was he said, she said, and it really wasn't. Well, I mean, we haven't talked about it yet, but it wasn't until he himself spoke on it that it kind of confirmed everything.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Because a lot. Yeah. But I just wanted to say that it. I just wanted to make sure we said that.
Yeah.
That was said.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Because he could have just left it at that, right? And then he thought, I'm going to shoot myself in the dick, right? That's fun. But before we get into that and how he shot himself in the dick, he then gets... whoops. He also loses his sponsorship with Turtle Beach, which is the, obviously the headset company that makes those nice fancy $200 headsets.
They're nice though. They are nice.
They are nice. I haven't had one, but they are nice. I'm perfectly fine with I think I paid like $30 for these. Even perfectly fine for me.
I think these are these are Corsairs for me. I'm a huge fan.
I don't need to hear the amoebas farting in my game.
Okay. But anyway.
And this whole time, like he's tweeting back, people like, no, I didn't do anything. There was no wrongdoing. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And eventually, he made his own statement, and this is where we get into him shooting himself in the dick.
All right, lay it on us.
He decided to make his own statement on what has happened, and apparently he didn't run it by his lawyer. Because if his lawyer had looked at it, he would have said, dude, you need to shut the fuck up. Please, for both our sakes, shut the fuck up. But in this statement, he says, all right, So, hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. Okay, first and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I. We made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Aries marked know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything from the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect. I'll fucking own my own shit. This was stupid. Now, with all that said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media's destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand in those things with those type of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I need to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry, friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this all sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family support, and through all these years, we love you guys. Like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community and circle. If any of this made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you will have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this to all my haters, they live and breathe social media with zero life experience. I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're comfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. Okay.
So, yeah. Shot himself, dick and balls.
Yeah,
but
dick and balls.
You know.
Clean off, man. Sure, I talked to that Viner, but, I didn't shoot any pictures.
Sexual. Well, it wasn't sexual. I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't trying to do anything with the minor. But you were still. No. No.
So, anyways, I'm gonna go to the Philippines with my family.
Oh my god!
Hey,
no.
Want to give a shout out to my boy Dan Schneider.
Oh my god! I didn't even know it was the Philippines. That just makes it so much worse. Oh my god! Why did you do that? Why do I know that now? Fuck! with his family. No, that's fucked. But anyway, so
he's gonna be showing up on like Kick now, like 6 months from now, talking in Tagalog or
Kick or Rumble,
or both, right? And so afterwards, YouTube then stopped. They cut off Dr. Disrespect's monetization from his channel on there because he moved over from Twitch to YouTube streaming after everything was said and done with Twitch back in 2020, and now even they were like, "Yeah, no, we don't want to give you money anymore, buddy." So yeah, I mean. Damn. Where this has been only like a week, and this guy has lost pretty much everything at this point.
Yeah, he's lost everything.
And he also lost like some stuff with NBA 2K apparently. Like he had he had some references to him and like some like dunking animations that were in reference to him, and he also had like a side quest or whatever in one of the games. Apparently all that's being removed.
I think he also got I think the San Francisco 49ers, they cut ties with him as well. Apparently he was a San Francisco 49ers fan, which is already, big red flag as a Dolphins fan.
Yes. And also, in response to Dr. Disrespect's statement, Robert Bowling, who is one of the heads of the studio, for Midnight
Yeah,
Studios.
Midnight Society.
He says, "This is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of my company and has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you inappropriate message a minor, I cannot work with you. Period. I promised only act on facts, and I did." Right, so yeah, I don't know so much about Mutual, dude. we all decided collectively to quit. For me to step down, I don't know how collective that is, man.
I don't know, man. Maybe on paper, but behind the scenes, I think we know exactly what happened. But yeah, dude. So, So what I was saying before, a lot of people were waiting for like evidence to come out because one random dude on Twitter was making these kinds of claims, and people were like, "Listen, dude, like that's pretty huge," and a lot of people have been deplatformed or had their lives ruined for a lot less, and so we gotta wait. And they did wait. Turns out they didn't think it would be the man himself coming out and owning up to it. And they were like, oh damn, okay. Well, shit.
I guess case closed. All right.
I guess that's... Yeah.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Understandable confession. Please have a nice vacation to the Philippines.
That's an extended vacation in the Philippines. Say hi to your boy Dan Schneider for me.
Yeah, it's so bad. But yeah, dude. So I did not know that he did not run it by his lawyer. I'm not surprised, considering the statement he did. And what is it with these people that they do shit like this, and then at the very end they're like, "Oh, to all my haters, I don't give a fuck about you." I was like, no, bro. Like, these are not haters. These are concerned people that are wondering why texting a minor is no. It should not. It's like for private DMs in any case, really. Like,
Yeah,
if you have a fan that's a minor, like, dude, like, be a good role model. If they if they start to get weird, be like, no. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's so common sense. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I feel like it shouldn't have to be explained. Ugh. But yeah, so it's pretty fucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Absolutely fucked. Very, very fucked. Also, what? Hold on. There's one more thing. No, that's it. It's okay. I thought I missed something. So yeah, to Dr. Disrespect, fuck you and enjoy your time in the Philippines. Okay, hope it's nice there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So now for our next one.
Why is it so hard?
Why is it so hard to what?
Why is it so hard to not text minors or to not
Be weird.
diddle kids or anything like that? Like, why?
Just don't be weird.
Yeah, dude, why is that so hard?
He didn't diddle anything, but he was being weird.
Yeah, dude, but that's how it always starts, you know? That's how it always starts.
I don't know, man. This is the same guy who cheated on his wife while she was pregnant. So I mean, he also streamed people in the bathroom for some weird reason. So he's just not the brightest dude.
Yeah, not ever, dude. Oh well.
Not the brightest dude at all. But we do have a bright dude here that we could talk about.
Indeed.
So this one's actually kind of personal to me because I love the Soul Calibur games. Soul Calibur is weapon-based fighting game, pretty much like Tekken with swords. And it's been a long time since we had a new Soul Calibur game. We had one in 2018. That was Soul Calibur 6. And that game sold, relatively well, and it had 2 seasons of DLC. But we haven't had a new game since. There's been no hints of a new game. And Soul Calibur's always gone through a bit of a rough patch ever since Soul Calibur 3. The games, like, they did things with the mechanics and the movement and stuff that made the game feel kind of weird and clunky. And 4 and then 5, they got rid of like most of the roster and replaced them with like a bunch of people that no one gave a shit about. And so those games sold poorly. And then Soul Calibur 6 comes along and it seemingly saved the franchise. but we haven't really heard of anything since, and it is seemingly dead. However, we have first a tweet on Twitter, no, I will not call it X, by a guy named Jason Montoya, who was implicating that if Soul Calibur 2 had a director as loyal as Harada, or Katsuhiro Harada, the producer for Tekken 8, and has worked on Tekken ever since like Tekken 3, I think, or Tekken 2, then Soul Calibur would still be around to this day. To which Katsuhiro Harada actually responded to it. And it's actually a very lengthy tweet here, as you can see. It's very lengthy, very lengthy. I'm not gonna go through the TLDR. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but there are some interesting tidbits though. So, for context, Soul Calibur and Tekken were both kind of like rival games to each other. They were both from the same company, but like they were kind of like competing for like the same niche, and that was also reflected like in the studios where these guys were trying to one up each other all the time. But over time, people from the Soul Calibur studio started leaving, or they started getting organized out of it. And that's kind of like what he's saying here. Like, it goes to a lot of detail. I really recommend people look at the tweet at Harada Tekken. It's very good because it gives a lot of insight into how the Japanese gaming industry works. Because this is a guy who's been in the industry for like 30 plus years at this point, and he's worked on Tekken since Tekken 2, which came out like in '96. Yes. So like this guy's been in the game for a long time, and so he pretty much says, right? If Soul Calibur 2 had a director as loyal, or better said, long-term as Harada Tekken, right? He quoted this, and he responds, "While this is a hypothetical, it is not an industry theory, as it is also a theory of consequence. However, after observing the industry for 30 years, I can say that in the case of fighting games, there have been many instances in which a series has stagnated or ceased to exist when a key player in the franchise leaves or disappears. And the reasons for the disappearance of these key persons are often not only their own problems. As in the case of Soul Calibur, I can assure you, having seen it up close and personal, this is the case. This was not simply a matter of sales and marketing, but I can tell you the organizational changes and decision makers at Namco Bandai had a great deal to do with it. I was one of the support personnel for the planning and debugging of Soul Calibur's predecessor, Soul Edge, and have since served as co-director for Soul Calibur 4, but I have basically been in the position of maintaining a certain distance from the Soul Calibur franchise. In the past, Soul Calibur series had a strong leader named Yotoriyama, who is also the animation team leader of Tekken, and above all, the team of engineers was more knowledgeable about fighting game than Tekken and had excellent programming skills. The Tekken project had been called a group of outlaws. So, the Tekken project is a group that Katsuhiro Harada started himself so that he can keep it out of the hands of his bosses, pretty much. Because he saw what was happening with the Soul Calibur guys, that essentially a lot of these guys were being organized out of their positions, because apparently a lot of times like manager positions are very detracted from game development, and so what ended up happening is that a lot of these teams, all these guys would get promoted, and then they'd be whisked away to some office where they didn't work on the game at all. They would work on something completely unrelated to game development. And so with that, you have new people coming in. They try and make the game as best they can, but they're not as experienced, so obviously the game isn't as good, doesn't sell as well, and then more people leave, and then it happens again and again, right, until eventually we get to where Soul Calibur is now, where it's not really doing much. It's seemingly dead at this point. It's kind of funny because Harada himself says that his group is kind of like the outlaws of Bandai Namco, and he knows that there's a lot of people in Bandai Namco who do not like him. It's kind of cool because like he kind of calls out Bandai Namco, being like, yeah, like I know you guys don't like me, but you know what? Fuck you! I make you guys a shitload of money because Tekken 7 was a huge success, and Tekken 8 is a even bigger success. It sold like a lot of copies, and it's being hailed as like the best Tekken has been like since Tekken 3, which is like the high point of the series, or Tekken 5 rather, because Tekken 5 was like the peak, with like Tekken 3 being like the second peak. So, with that said, also, let me scroll down to here. Now, however, he does offer some solace and he says that, let me find it here. Yeah, I really should have highlighted this stuff because it's a lot. But he pretty much says, like, yeah, like, Soul Calibur isn't completely dead. There's still a lot of people inside inside Bandai Namco that really want to make a new Soul Calibur, but they just haven't been organized in a way where they can work together. And he says that if a new Soul Calibur comes out, we'd have to wait for like 10 years from now, where like there's going to be some organizational changes, and then maybe like when they shuffle everyone around, it'll line up to where the people who want to make Soul Calibur, you know, come together and they go like, hey, let's pitch this new Soul Calibur game to you know, the head honchos, and then maybe they'll approve it. So it's very, very interesting here. Let me see. So yeah, I mean, it's essentially that there's no one there to champion Soul Calibur. That's kind of what it comes down to, right? There isn't like a big person with a lot of pull like Harada who could be, hey, I want to make a new Soul Calibur game. I'm gonna need this much money, and I can probably get you guys this much money. I can make it this good. There's no one like that there, right? There's not anyone there with enough tenure and enough pull to try and, you know, fight for a new Soul Calibur game. And that's kind of like how it works with most games, really. So like, if you ever ask yourself like, oh, why doesn't this company do something of this IP, or something, this company doesn't do something of this IP that hasn't been, you know, seen a new entry in a long time, it's because, well, I mean, there's no one there to fight for it, right? And there's actually a guy by the name of a YouTuber that I really like, and Twitch streamer, Maximilian Dude, and he says the same thing, right? Like, he's always said it, like, yeah, like, the reason why we don't get like a new Darkstalkers game, which is a Capcom fighting game, is because like there's no one there to fight for it. The reason why we don't have a new Marvel game, he said that before, you know, the shocking news. Marvel game is because there's no one there to fight for it. Also, Disney sucks, but yeah, very interesting. So you have any thoughts on this? Because I know you've been kind of quiet because this is like kind of outside of your field. Oh, you're breaking up.
Oh, you froze there? No, you froze there for a second. Can you repeat that?
I was asking for your thoughts because I know this is kind of outside of your field.
Well, so first off, sorry guys, technical difficulties with the nets, but yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, all the most successful fighting games they've always for Tekken, but I know this damn well to be the case with Super Smash Brothers. You know, it was
Sakurai,
one guy that had a clear vision for the game that he wanted, and that's why it's so successful now. So he is definitely, yeah, Sakurai. Sorry, it froze. It keeps on freezing, dude. I'm sorry, but yeah, so Sakurai, he had a clear vision, and they had faith in him. So that's what. Then you're right. So that's what they need for Soul Calibur. But I agree, and it's funny because I thought Soul Calibur was cool, especially during the GameCube and PS2 days. They actually had guest characters for two separate consoles. The PlayStation had Yoda, and then the GameCube had Link, which, you know, of course.
No, it was Link for the GameCube, right? That was
wait, was it Yoda or was it Vader?
No, that's Soul Calibur 4. It confused you with Soul Calibur 4. Soul Calibur 4 had Vader for the PS3 version and Yoda for the 360. For the PS2 and GameCube and Xbox era, it was Spawn for Xbox, Heihachi for PS2, and Link for GameCube. And that's kind of like their big gimmick, right? Like, they're like, oh, like, we're gonna, you know, I mean, outside of, you know, like all the, you know, the combat and stuff, the sword-based combat, right? We have guest characters, and they had a guest character like every single time. Like Soul Calibur 5, I think, had Ezio. Or I think it was 4.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I think one of them had Ezio. I think it was 4 was Ezio. Like, he was like universal. He was across all consoles. And then they had the console exclusive ones, which were Darth Vader and Yoda. But don't quote me on that because I don't remember. I just remember Yoda and Vader for sure. But I know Ezio's in one of them.
Yeah, no, I don't know either.
I know Ezio's in one of them.
And then the most recent one.
And then, Soul Calibur 6 Soul Calibur 6 did have guest characters. but they were more niche. They weren't like characters you'd really know, or like characters that are super popular. It had 2B, you know, big booty Robo Girl. Everyone loves, and
Yeah,
it
of
also
course,
had
everyone knows that.
and it also has Hamoru from Samurai Showdown, which is something that not a lot of people would know because it's an SNK property. So, and unless you're Brazilian or Japanese, or Chinese, you probably don't really play SNK games. Anything else? Because, like, yeah, I mean, that's a good point you brought up with Sakurai. Because, like,
Not necessarily, dude. I mean, we pretty much covered it.
yeah, I mean, that's a good point you brought up with Sakurai because, okay, no, my internet's fucked. I'm just gonna fucking stop. I'm gonna put all these damn videos in my video,
Yeah.
which is
Also, there's not much to add either. Well, also, 'cause it's hard to talk because the stutter is getting pretty bad. So I'm just
really,
spending
man.
more time letting it. Yeah, I'm spending more time like letting it load and catch up.
Oh man. Okay, well,
By
if
the
it gets
time
too
I-
much worse, we can always cut it and then we can finish it tomorrow, and I'll just stitch it together.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It should be fine now.
It's okay now.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's fine now. But no, there's not much else to cover with with Soul Calibur.
Yeah. Also, like with Street Fighter was actually dead for a while because Street Fighter 3 kind of killed the series. Because like they decided to do this thing where
Yes.
they would start off with like a new roster, and so the only character that was there that was returning was Ryu, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? Like, where's E Honda? Where's Blanca? Where's Dawson? Where's Chun? I'm not playing this shit. Like, this is garbage." And so the game struggled to make money for a long
Yeah.
time, and eventually over time they added more and more characters. They added Ken, they added Akuma, they added Chun Li, but that was it. It was just those 4 characters, and then everything else was brand spanking new. Now it's funny. Now it's funny because Street Fighter 3 is considered to be like one of the greatest fighting games of all time. Mostly due part to, or
Yeah.
a large part due to Evo Moment 34, where they do Daigo Umehara does the famous parry sequence, which is fucking crazy because you have to tap forward, right, every time, and Chun Li's super is like her just doing like a million kicks at you, so you have to like time like a million parries and not eat one. But I digress. And it wasn't until Yoshinori Ono came along in like 2007 and pretty much begged Capcom to make Street Fighter 4. And so they gave him a go on Street Fighter 4. He helped make Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 was a huge success and kind of brought back the FGC from the dead because it was kind of like, or at least the Street Fighter FGC back from the dead because like no one was playing Street Fighter anymore. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think that just about covers everything for this. I just wish I had more time to actually, because it's such a long. But that was pretty much the TLDR of it. All right. Now let's get to the juicy bits, the real juicy bits. Right. So did you, James?
Hell
Did you have a Nintendo Direct bingo card on you?
No, I did not have.
You
I
don't
did
have
not have
it?
it on me.
Okay.
But I wish I did after watching it.
Well, I mean, if you did, would you have expected half the stuff they announced there? Nope, probably not.
Especially one game that I thought really was dead.
Yeah, if it's what I'm thinking, then yeah, it's something we all thought was dead. It depends. It depends. We'll see because I don't know if we're seeing eye to eye on it. But yeah, so apparently,
I think.
so recently, as of June 26th, Nintendo had their June 2024 Direct, and it's being hailed as one of the best Directs of all time, and I'm kind of inclined to believe. So let's get started over what it is that they covered. So for the very first thing they announced was a new Mario and Luigi RPG, which they're calling Brothership.
Woo!
And so this was a real surprise because this wasn't the biggest surprise, not for me at least, but it was certainly a big surprise, right? Because there hadn't been a new one in a very long time, and I remember playing the original one on Game Boy Advance, and man, that game was awesome. So, and of course, it got a bunch of sequels on the DS and 3DS, but I didn't have a DS or a 3DS, so I couldn't get them. Also, I'm not paying full price for games, so, and Nintendo, as we all know, never depreciates it. Because, I don't know, they hate you, whatever. So yeah, so this was a very big surprise here. And this is what they open with. It's like, oh shit, like a new Mario Luigi RPG, right? They call it Brothership. And it's now going full on 3D. It's gonna be for the Switch. So did you ever play any of these games?
I've seen them played. I think the Game Boy Advance one. I forgot which one it was, but
The first one,
I hear these
Superstar
were
Saga.
Really, really, really fun games. Yeah, that's what it was. Superstar Saga. I think that's the one.
Yeah, that game was really fun.
People loved it.
Fun. Oh, it's a great game. And then they released a bunch of other ones like Dream Team and what was it? It was like Dream Team Inside Bowser's Story. And there's like another one they're like kids. I don't remember. It's like time traveling.
Yes.
But yeah, man, like as you can see.
Yes. Oh fuck.
What?
No, I was trying to remember the name of the one that they were babies.
Oh yeah, I think it was a time traveling one. I don't remember what it was called, to be honest. I think that was the last one. But with this one, yeah, it's gonna be fully 3D, as you can see. So it's still gonna have that classic turn-based, but like with the cool mini games. And this game just looks so charming, right? Like they got the 2D art style of the game. They kind of perfectly translated it into 3D, and it just looks really cool, man. I'm really glad that we're gonna get another Mario Luigi RPG, and this is gonna come out in, I believe, November. Yeah, November 7th. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm probably gonna might be a day one purchase. I'm not sure. And then for the next game they announced. This one was also this was the second game. This was the big surprise. This was the holy shit, is this really happening moment for me. Because this is a game that everyone thought was never going to come back. Ever. Right? And that would be... Fucking slow ass internet dog. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay. And that would be...
Sorry.
What? What's so funny?
No,
Whatever, bro. It's Marvel vs. Capcom, right?
It's just the internet.
Oh, yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom is back! And holy crap, right? It's such a what the fuck is happening moment. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Marvel vs. Capcom is like hailed as one of the greatest fighting games of all time. And it's been kind of mistreated by... Not by Capcom, because we all know Capcom cares, but like by Disney. It's kind of suffered from the Perlmutter era, where Perlmutter was like, no, we're not going to put any X-Men shit out, right? So what ended up happening was Marvel Infinite came out, the last Marvel vs. Capcom game came out, and it had no X-Men characters. Because they didn't want to promote any X-Men characters, so Marvel said no. And apparently there's a bunch of huge development problems with the game. Like Marvel was just, or Disney in particular, was being way too obsessed with the MCU, and they were all like, oh no, it has to be like realistic like the movies. It has to, it can only feature the MCU characters because we don't put any X-Men characters. And Capcom at the time was doing very poorly, so like they couldn't really like be like, oh okay, no, they didn't really have the ability to push back on it because Capcom at that time wasn't very successful. This is before, the golden era we're in right now. This is 2017, 2016. They're still kind of in the dumps a little bit. But from what everyone understood, that Capcom and Disney kind of burned the bridge of each other, and Marvel vs. Capcom was never going to come back. There was no possibility of a new game coming out unless there was a new collection. And there was actually a campaign by Maximilian Dude, who I mentioned earlier, where he started the Bring Marvel Back or Free Marvel 2 campaign, and it got very viral actually all over Twitter. Like it was like trending like top 10 at one point in time. And yeah, I mean now it's back, so it seems like his efforts of his campaign and the community, the outcry for all of it, for Marvel vs. Capcom to come back in some fashion is came to fruition. And so now we have Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And not just Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but Marvel vs. Capcom 1, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, a couple of other games. But like the big one is Marvel 2, right? Oh yeah, Children of the Atom, the Punisher game, which is a beat 'em up. So yeah, no, it's huge that this happened. It's absolutely amazing that this happened. Was this the big one that you were talking about?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, that's what I figured. I figured.
No.
I figured. Okay, I think I know what it is now. Okay.
Yeah.
If it was not going to be this, it's going to be the other thing. because I was thinking the same thing too. But this is like the more bigger surprise because like everyone thought like it's just gone. Like,
yeah, well, because well, yeah, and also again, you have a tie to these games as well.
yeah, I remember playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I had my front door neighbor had it, and we used to play it a lot, the PS2 version, and I actually borrowed it from him. And he forgot about it, so I kept it for like years and years. But eventually, I gave it back to him. But I kind of regret giving it back to him now because I didn't know how rare the game was at the time. Because it was going for like $300.
Does he still have it?
No, of course not. He probably gave it to his cousins in Mexico or something. So God knows where it is. It's probably in some fucking flea market in Mexico City.
Oh.
So I remember playing it, and it's like one of the best fighting games ever. And then after that, we have... So after that, like, bomb news, right? I'm going out of order in what they presented it in, but still, this next game was really, really cool. It's a new Zelda game, but you now play as Zelda. Right, so now now your grandma who keeps thinking Link is Zelda will be right for once. And
once.
So yeah, this is Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which is coming out in September. And the whole big twist of this game is that you play as Zelda, and kind of has like that toy art style, kind of like the Link to the Past remake did, and looks really cute and charming.
Yeah, or the Link's Awakening.
Yeah, Link's Awakening. Sorry, the Link's Awakening remake. And so you play as Zelda, and you have like magic. And the big gimmick behind this game, outside of playing Zelda, is that you can make copies of items, and you can actually put them wherever the heck you want. So it can lead to some really interesting solutions to puzzles, right? They're showing off here that you can actually make a copy of a table, and then you could use the table as like a stepping stool to help you get to high places. And then they also show like a bed,
yes.
where they make like a staircase of beds to get across like a bed of lava. You'll probably see it pretty soon here, right? Or you can copy water. You can stack water and then swim up to a high place. You can make copies of enemies or boulders. You can throw the boulders at enemies. You can make enemies. You can make echoes of enemies. Echoes is what they're called. And you can have like the enemies fight for you. So really creative thing that they're doing here. Looks really cool. Any thoughts? I know you're a Zelda fan.
I'm very curious.
Yes, I know you're a much bigger Zelda fan.
Yes,
than me,
honestly, I like it. I was shocked that it was gonna be a game where you play as Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
At first, like when Link went away and then Zelda was left alive, I was like, wait, are they actually gonna? Oh, I guess they are doing it. And then they unveiled the gimmick that they're gonna do, and I'm very excited for it because what I love about Nintendo is they always make a new mechanic, and dude, they really stretch it out and they flesh it out so super well.
Yeah, they make it the whole game.
I'm very excited for this one. Yeah, no, they make the whole game, so I'm down for it.
Yeah, Nintendo's really good at that. Like Breath of the Wild, they did like all the survival stuff they did, and then Tears of the Kingdom, they're like, we're just gonna make a Lego game. We're gonna get Breath of the Wild, and we're gonna put Lego shit in there.
Yeah, no, they saw people making wacky builds of shit, and they're like, you know what? Let's make that into a mechanic. And they did.
And then people found all sorts of ways.
Sure did.
Then people found all sorts of ways to torture the Koroks.
Oh my god, bro! That was the funniest memes. That was the funniest memes for the longest time.
The best ones is the one when the Korok is crucified.
Yes, and the fucking the Gregorian chant music while Link.
Everyone's getting revenge for all those Korok seed bullshit you had to collect in Breath of the Wild. Everyone hated that shit. And, well, next after that, this one's very interesting. It's Dragon Quest III HD 2D. So this is a remake of Dragon Quest III, except it now has, as you can see, HD 2D pixel art. And my internet's fucking slow. yeah, so like this is obviously very old RPG, but Dragon Quest is a very world Japanese renowned RPG. Like it's huge in Japan. I've said this like multiple times on the podcast that Japan shuts down every time like a new game comes out. Like everyone stops what they're doing. They don't go to work. They all just play Dragon Quest for like a week, right, or even months on end.
And there you go. And now we're expecting Japan to shut down once again for for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Switch no less, which is by far the most popular console in Japan. So yeah, definitely, Japan's not gonna be functioning for the next like week when this game comes out. Which I'm not sure when it comes out, but it will come out sometime this year. Now, as a JRPG fan, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So I probably will pick it up. And I think 2025. Yeah, so 2025, Japan's gonna shut down.
Cool. I wonder if it'll come out in time for the Switch 2.
Probably.
Allegedly.
That along with
it hasn't been confirmed yet.
Along with another game that I'm sure we're gonna get to very soon. But beyond that, we have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which is an HD re-release of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Sorry, that came out on the Wii U, I believe, but obviously the Wii U sucked, so now they're gonna release it on Switch. And then you have Super Mario Party Jamboree. So if you ever want to, ruin your friendship, you can always rely on Super Mario Party, man.
Man, it looks good to me, and I like playing Mario Party a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you do. That makes one of us.
Oh my god, you just gotta get good, man. Okay?
Yeah, get good at the fucking casino RNG simulator. Yeah, so this is Super Mario Jamboree, which I believe is like a collection of like it's like a greatest hits of mini games. I think it's kind of like how they're selling it. It's like a collection of like all the best stuff from like past Super Mario games, and they're kind of like just stitching it together and remixing it a bit, which is cool.
Yeah,
like if you love Mario Party,
I think they're gonna introduce some new mechanics.
Probably, like I said, it's gonna be like remix. They're gonna change things up a bit. Yeah, right. So you get access.
There you go. There's the Mario Party 2 maps.
Oh man, yeah. So if you look forward to ruining your friendship to your friends, right, then look no further than Super Mario Party Jamboree. And then,
oh god, the Joy-Con mobility shit. That's gonna go so well.
And then Switch Online got some new stuff, so you can play Four Swords, Perfect Dark, Turok, Metroid Zero. It's kind of a shame that Vin's Vault got rated because these games have been pretty good on some educational software. And then you have Nintendo World Championship with NES Edition, which is pretty much like a speedrunning simulator. It's interesting. It's like a speedrunning game where they drop you into like moments within NES games, and like you have to complete something within like as fast as possible. It's either like complete the level or like kill an enemy, and then it'll timestamp like how fast you did it, and then you can like compete with leaderboards.
That's
and stuff.
pretty cool.
Yeah, they actually did it on. I think they did it before. I think they did it for SNES, and now this is like the NES version of it.
Mm.
Yeah, let me see if I find that 1 month ago. No. Yeah, here we go. So, like, as you can see, it's like, oh, get a mushroom. You get timed. Jump through here, get a time, right? Beat Meta Knight, get a time. Complete a lap and excite bike, and then you get a time. Yeah, so it's really cool, cool little innovative way to experience these games like in new ways. It's not the full game, so like you just get certain segments of it. But like if you like it, maybe you can give it a try because all these games are really good. They're old as hell, but they're really good. And then
now they're gonna be even better with these speedrunning challenges.
Yeah. Then we got Switch Sports. Yeah. Lego Horizon Adventure. Oh, this one's interesting. So there's a game by what's this guy's name? Hironobu Sakaguchi. There we go. So Hironobu Sakaguchi is the creator of Final Fantasy, and he left Square back in like 2000, 2001 or something. And he started his own studio, which was I think Mistwalker is what they were called. They made some 360 games that were JRPGs. They were kind of okay, and of course it was on the 360, so it didn't sell very well. But he has a new game coming out called Fantasia Neo Dimension, and this is actually a re-release of a mobile RPG game. So this is actually a game that was originally on Apple Arcade, and apparently it's like super good. But, not many people played it, or at least, it didn't get a ton of exposure because it's on Apple Arcade, right? Like, who's going to talk about Apple Arcade? But this is his latest game coming out, and it's being re-released and remastered for the Switch. So, and the whole, like, gimmick behind it is that, like, you can actually, first off, like, you can use your touchscreen to, like, curve your projectiles and stuff to hit multiple enemies with your attacks. And also, you can stock up on random encounters, and then you can just do them all in one go. So like you press a button, be like, okay, I want to do this many random encounters, and like you just do them all in one go. You get like tons of bonuses that way.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, really cool, innovative way to handle random encounters. So again, as a Japanese RPG fan, I'm always down for some new RPGs. And yeah, the Tales of the Shire game. Oh, hey, bro. You like Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
What's up? I play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Yeah, so Hello Kitty Island Adventure is apparently... Yeah,
now it's real. It's a...
The funny thing is, I thought it was always real. No, yeah, Hello Kitty Island Adventure is now a real boy, right? So, Butters, if you listen to this, man, I get to play it for real. You don't have to play Warcraft anymore. All right, and then...
Yes, dude, now... So now Butters is officially has...
Yeah, a lot here. I'm just kind of skipping through it now because there's a lot of shit here. And I don't want this to go over.
Yeah, let's just cover the important ones, man. Because dude, there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a little bit of for everybody here. Now the big one. Let's just do the big one. The one they closed it out with. The one that James did not think was ever going to happen, and honestly, no one can blame him because no one heard shit about this game for a while. The most we heard about it was, yeah, we kind of fucked up and we need to start over. So
yeah, that was the last time we heard something. So,
and that was what, like 2019, I think. So it's been 5 years since Metroid Prime 4 was announced, and it now has a new subtitle, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And yeah, it looks beautiful, right? Too beautiful to be on a Switch, to be honest, which is why I and many people are thinking this is going to be a Switch 2 launch title. 100%. This is going to be a Switch 2 launch title. It's going to be a cross-gen release, probably, like a Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild was on Wii U and on Switch. So I think this is going to be the same thing here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's gonna look like shit because of YouTube. Yeah, it's gonna look like shit because of YouTube compression, but like also because I'm running on low quality because of my internet.
Yeah,
it's raining pretty hard here, so it's just fucking with my internet. Normally I'd be able to watch like a 2K, but unfortunately not. But hey, you know what? It looks cool, and we're finally glad Metroid Prime is back. Right? Metroid Prime games are freaking dope. The first game is like one of the best games I've ever played. I loved it. I never finished 2, but I really liked 2. I never finished 3, but I also really liked 3. So it's really cool to see Metroid Prime back. Samus is back.
Yes.
Any thoughts on this? 'Cause I know you like. I know you like Metroid also.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not like huge into it, but it does look pretty good. And I know that Metroid is one of Nintendo staples that's kind of been like forgotten. So
yeah, man, it's been neglected.
And look at this. Look, dude, it's been neglected. I mean, not like Captain Falcon levels, but
oh god,
they thought it was gonna be. They thought it was going to be another F-Zero.
You know what? Oh, I mean, we did have Metroid Dread, and that was like traditional Metroidvania game. So Metroid fans aren't they aren't starving for too much. Unlike F-Zero fans.
Yeah, but they wanted this. This has been. How long has this game been like in development?
I mean, they announced it like 5 years ago, I think, 5 or 6 years ago, and then they went, "Oh yeah, we kind of fucked up, so we're gonna start over." with a new dev team. It went back to Retro Studios, who made the first 3 Metroid Prime games, because it was being developed by Bandai Namco at first, and Nintendo was like, "Yeah, this sucks. We're gonna go back to Retro." So they got Retro to make this game. So, but yeah, like I was saying, you know, F-Zero is like, you know that meme with the pool, the parents like holding one kid, and then one kid's like, and there's like a skeleton like at the bottom of the pool. Hello?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again? It cut out.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to fucking.
I'm sorry.
No. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's my internet. I'm not blaming you at all. No. It's not your fault at all. You know that meme of the kids in the swimming pool, with, like the mom like holding up one kid, they're super happy, and the kid's struggling to tread water,
yes.
and there's a fucking skeleton at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, the happy kid is Mario and Legend of Zelda. The drowning kid is Metroid, and then the fucking skeleton is like F-Zero and Star Fox.
Is F-Zero. Yes. Oh my god. Absolutely correct. Correct statement all around.
So really cool to see a new
F-Zero.
Metroid game. Really cool to see a new Metroid game.
Yes.
Very happy. And 2025, so hey, it's going to come out sooner rather than later. Although, yeah, I'm calling it now, although it's a pretty safe call. This is going to be a cross-gen title.
God damn it.
It's
Oh,
gonna
no.
be
Wait.
cross-gen.
Shit.
Dude, they announced it in
Wait a minute.
2017.
God damn.
The first announcement.
Oof.
And then I think like 3 years later, they're like, yeah, we fucked up. I think it was like 2020 or 2019. They were like, yeah, we're going to start over.
Oh my god.
And
Now look at that. Switch 2 launch title, allegedly. We don't know that.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
And yeah, that pretty much covers everything. All
Yeah,
around,
man.
really great
By
direct.
the way, no, super good direct. Honestly, one of the best I've ever seen. And just kind of goes to show you that, Nintendo, they do their own thing, but they're doing it really, really well. And while people like Xbox and Sony are doing weird shit, Nintendo's just like, they're doing all right. Well, more than all right, really.
No, Nintendo's doing the best they've ever been. The Switch has been such a massive
I'm
success.
looking forward to the. I'm really looking forward to the Switch 2. Like when they unveil that, it's going to be huge.
I know, dude. Me too. Like, I just want to play Zelda at a fucking frame that's not 20. That's kind of why I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom much. 'Cause I'm like, this thing's gonna jitter like fucking crazy. I'm gonna lose my mind looking at it. That's probably when I'll get Tears of the Kingdom. I'll probably sell my Switch, to be honest. But although I'm not gonna look forward to fucking buying
me
my
too.
games all over again. The online games, bro. You know they're gonna do that. They're gonna be, oh no, you bought
I
this
think
Switch?
it's saved onto your
Nintendo account.
Yeah, it's saved to your Nintendo account.
They do weird shit Nintendo account all the time,
'Cause-
so we'll see.
Yeah, well, because I have my first Switch game was actually Breath of the Wild, and to make room for Tears of the Kingdom, I deleted it off of my Switch
Oh, you bought it
to
digitally?
make room for Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. I bought
okay.
it digitally because at the time I didn't have a carrying case, and so like to hold my little cartridges. So I just bought it digitally. Same thing with Animal Crossing. Like games that I know I'll be playing like on the go, I have it on my I have it on the Switch itself instead of on a disc or a cartridge rather.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, with all that, man, I think that concludes our episode.
Yeah, indeed.
You want to sign us out?
Sorry about the internet quality, guys. Yeah. No, I was just saying, sorry about the internet quality, everybody. The weather's not cooperative for us, which is nothing new. But,
No, it's not.
But yeah, I'll sign us out. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode of Two Bar Connection. We really appreciate you guys taking a listen to us. Be sure to leave us a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below for any new stories that you want us to cover. And as well as being available on YouTube, we're also available on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, thanks you once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening. Peace.
Hi, everybody.